lot of people don't understand. Asian people,
listen to him.
We support the country. We support, the betterment of the country. We support that. Mm-hmm. So what is there to say? What is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals. It is honestly tiring because here's the thing. We want the country to be better. We want the country to be better. We want the country to, if you did it legally, if you stand in line, if you paid the price, right? You paid the money and all that. You did all the process, the paperwork, all the stuff, which usually most Asian people do. Why would we care about someone jumping in line, crossing the border and all this stuff?
And I hope the message is loud and clear for all the black people that we're talking about. Maybe we could help them. This man has said that they are okay with the ICE raids because they want a better America as the Asians.
Why should we, be happy about that?
Then he also went on to say that they don't benefit from migrant labor, immigrant labor. He said, we don't need y'all. Which is kind of ironic because I'm just going to keep it real. Majority of the times, like if I go to like any like Asian establishments and I see like bus boys or people that's working with them, it's usually Latino, like Mexicans. And so I don't know nothing about that. But at the end of the day, y'all keep coming for black folk when Asian people and other Latinos are blatantly saying that they want to send you back to wherever the hell you originated from. But black folk keep getting brought up into it. This Asian man just sat up here, bold faced and all, and said, we don't give a goddamn about the ICE raids in LA. We don't care. Do it the legal way. And I mean, like, technically speaking, Spread love is the Brooklyn way. I think that there could be a better way going about, deporting people that don't have their paperwork. I don't think that it should be brute force used, but what they said, I had to vote for Donald Trump, the Latinos for Donald Trump. Y'all got smoke for black people though. The math just don't math.
We should just watch the Asians. They're confident in their choice. Black people, what can you do? This is a message of y'all need to understand we do not need your help. Let us be. We made the right decisions. We are comfortable. We want him to delete the illegals, take them back home. Because us as Asian people, this is what we voted for. A greater America, a cleaner one. And we feel like we're safe. So I don't want to see no black person talking about solidarity with people of color.
I've been hearing about other minorities asking black people to show up and protest against ICE. Ask the Asians instead. Our shit's already being rocked. The working class ones are going to be targeted by ICE just like the Latino community. Hell, a bunch of us are already being deported and often to the wrong country. And then as for the richer ones, Trump has already banned all Chinese students from coming to the US to study and has banned all international students from coming to Harvard, which affects a whole lot of Asian international students. So anybody who looks Chinese, even if they're a US citizen, is going to be affected by this. He's put several South Asian countries on the travel ban list. So yeah, brown Asians are going to be affected too. Anyway, our voting numbers look very similar to Latinos. Just over half of us voted for Kamala and the rest went for Trump. We couldn't just fucking listen to black people when they told us to vote for the black lady who wasn't going to take all our civil rights away. And now we want them to come save our asses when they're getting whooped? Also, have you maybe considered that the feds want black people to show up to the protests? Because then they have an excuse to escalate the violence. Then they have an excuse to call them riots. We saw what happened with the peaceful protests in 2020 after George Floyd was killed by a policeman. Also, if you've been paying any attention at all, black people have been showing up to support Latinos who are potentially being deported. Look at all the videos from Compton. Just type Compton in your search bar. So why don't we do this? Why don't we let black people make their own decisions? Stop expecting them to be your personal avengers. Mobilize the Asians. I know that if I'm in front of a cop at a protest, he's going to think twice about doing anything to me. He's not going to give me the same grace as a white person, but he's definitely going to give me more than he gives a black person. And if you can't go to a protest, just fucking say something, especially if you live in California. Asians, I know there's a lot of you over there. I was born in the Bay Area, so I feel like I should say something. Anyway, yeah, mobilize the Asians. Stay safe out there. Ask the Asians.
That's exactly what I've been talking about. Why is no one asking the Asian community? How come no one's asking the Latinos for Trump community? How come no one's asking, all the Asians who got the anti-Asian hate crime bill? It got cash, it got all kind of stuff. How come no one's asking all the natives? When it comes to Native Americans in conversations about us getting reparations here in Black America, they're always popping up saying, well, I'm Native and you shouldn't get it before I get it. You always interject yourself in conversations that ain't got shit to do with you any other time. So where's the Asian community, Latinos for Trump? Where's all the white allies? Where is all the Native Americans? Where's all these groups? It just seems like it's just like what Dave Chappelle said. Everybody is a minority until it's time to be white.
We support the deportations of illegals.
Sir, you look like the immigration issue you're ranting about. So the projection is wild because you look very illegal.
We both look like it. Seriously, you look like an immigrant. I look like, immigration is just how you travel, right? How you got here. But luckily, ICE isn't going by looks, because then all, if not most, of Los Angeles would have been on those deportation flights. They're going by legal status. So really, this is a thing where stop being ignorant. I don't understand. ICE is going by legal status. If it's because of how you look, every one of those protesters would have been arrested, would have been detained, would have been on a deportation flight. So really, how you look isn't that important. This is a thing where you absolutely insane. You want to judge people on how they look? No. My video, I judge people on their immigration status. So really, wake up. Stop being ignorant.
Maybe I want to get hate for this, okay? I saw an Asian creator talk about there should be more Asian creators talking about what's happening right now in the U.S. with all the riots, the things that are happening in California and stuff like that. Here's the thing where, and I'm a nobody, right? Not big, nothing, but I figured I want to give my opinion too. This is the thing where nobody is owed the right to enter someone else's country. Nobody. It is not in your human right to enter someone else's country illegally. It's not. It is not your human right to do that. It is not your human right to stay in someone else's country illegally. It's not in your human right. This is a thing where, I'll be realistic. We live in a world of winners and losers. If you come to the country illegally, okay, and it just so happens that you get found out, that's how it works. You get found out, they deport you to your country of origin. I don't believe it's kidnapping, because you weren't meant to be here. You weren't meant to be here, right? You didn't come here illegally. You didn't wait the line. You didn't, you didn't do the work to get here legally. So, seeing the Asian creator said, no one's talking about the kidnapping. It's not kidnapping in my opinion, okay? I don't believe it's kidnapping. It's in broad daylight. You could see it. These people came here illegally. And really, it's not like they're not bringing these people, arresting these people and then killing them or, imprisoning them. No, they're deporting them to their country of origin. Maybe they go back into the line, right? This is a thing where we could talk about how our immigration laws or process should be changed. Yeah, but we've had years to try. None of them. We've had multiple years of Democrat rule. None of them have changed it. So really, it has no Democratic president has really changed the whole immigration rules. So really, this is the consequences of it. It just happens, and this is this is a thing where, honestly, if you don't have sometimes, if you don't really have, because this is a thing where, if you don't really have love for your country, then you should not say shit, right? The Asian creators that say, or any creators, right? Asian, Latino creators that are not supporting their country, America, you shouldn't be in America. Okay? If you support people staying here illegally, you should not be in America. You shouldn't. Right? And I'm not saying you know what? I'm also being realistic. If you beat the system, great. If you could beat the system, great. There's plenty of people who could beat the system. But, you know, winning and losing is part of it. These people, sadly, didn't beat the system. This is the thing where you gotta be realistic, okay? There are plenty of people who came here and beat the system, and they're here. There's other people who don't. They get deported. You know, I mean, what do you complain about? What do you cry about? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying, like, you know, it's like be an adult. Live in the real world. There's winners and losers. And at the end of the day, it is not our human right to live in and enter a country illegally. So, you know, if you get caught, you get caught. So what I do hate, okay, is it's funny that the protesting and all that stuff, they like to wave around, you know, foreign flags. Then go back to the country of that flag. I really hate it sometimes, right? That these people want to enter the U.S. They barely speak English, if at all, and they like to rep other countries. Go back to that country then. And now that, you know what, America they're not standing for it anymore. Okay, well, you gotta deal with it. Oh, add on to my controversial opinion. I saw some people who trying to stop the raids, right, or vandalize the cities. They should be punished. They should be severely punished. I have no sympathy for if anyone gets injured. Any protesters get injured in their riots, and they're trying to impede federal, forces. I have no sympathy for it. You know, you called for it, right? If you fail, you got hurt. Well, that's comes with the territory. Hell, I honestly think that the federal forces should, I don't know, go be harder, right? Be more like. Be more strict. Show them that no, this is a law. This is like we're not gonna allow you to go, try to impede anything. But that's my thought.